collectors and action figure fans, it's the one and only Optibottoms coming to you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Earthrise Deluxe Class Wheeljack. For the package, very much like all the Earthrise figures, you got this really nice green overtone to it. You got the Transformers text with the Generation logo right up there. You can see Transformers Earthrise. You got this nice open window that fully showcases them. The side image here has an absolute gorgeous artistic representation of Wheeljack, which does look great. The opposite side has all those other characters, and they're now crashing down to Earth. Come around to the back of the package, you can see that he transforms in 18 steps. And obviously you got images of him in his robot and his vehicle mode. And then looks like a whole bunch of different languages that says each sold separately, subject to availability, which they're talking about the Battlemaster stuff. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Wheeljack opened up out of his packaging and obviously in his vehicle mode. And as a huge Wheeljack fan, I absolutely love this figure. However, that's not to say that there aren't a few things that I think could have been done better. But at least two of the three things that kind of bug me probably could be addressed in a future release, such as an exclusive or something of that nature. Overall though, the vehicle mode looks fantastic. They did a great job of really recreating and kind of updating that original race car look for Wheeljack. That being said, that's what they went with, that race car look. So basically that original G1 toy. That's one of the things that I wish was done differently. I like the colors on the cartoon a lot more. I made no secrets about that in the past. The cartoon is my preferred look. And that's what I was thinking, that maybe they could do an exclusive reissue of this in some way where they would have that, much like what Takara did with the Masterpiece one. So taking off his weapon here, I'm going to set this off to the side for right now. You can see a lot of really nice detail on this entire thing. You got the number 638. He always has different numbers. It's kind of weird. But then you got a lot of these like racing logos on there, which looks great. I love the little Autobot logo right there. Colors are very much like that original G1 toy, you know, with the red and the green. I am kind of wondering why this is a very off red. It's a lot more muted down than the rest of it. That I wish was a little bit better. I mean, that doesn't bother me too much, but I did mention there were three things, and one of the things that I wish was done was give him that more cartoon looking paint job, but what they were recreating here looks pretty good. You also see you got the arrow bolt kind of branding right up there. You come around to the other side. Some of the decals are actually a little bit, I mean, pretty much these are all the same, but you got the little arrow bolt right there where you don't have it there. You can see you got that nice Autobot logo at the top. Overall, really nice. It is kind of an off-white to it. It kind of looks dirty of sorts. For the comparison, bringing in the more recent Combiner Wars Wheeljack, you can see that similar kind of look, obviously, but this is a little bit more white than this one is, and that definitely stands out. I do kind of wish that they went with a little whiter of a color, but again, they could do that with the cartoon look for him, but I do really like it. You come around to the back, you can see you got that back section here, which in some pictures when I first saw it, I didn't really like how that looked, mostly like there. I mean, it's not bad or anything. Again, it kind of looks like what Wheeljack sort of looked like, so I get it. The other thing that I wish was done a little bit differently would be his weapon. Now, it plugs in here and it's perfectly fine. He's going to be able to hold it this way, and then you can put that on his shoulder with that little peg right there. The problem that I have is how short this is. I wish this was longer. Again, I don't know if they're going to be reissuing this with something. You do have this whole section here, which I don't get because it looks like it's very specifically cut for something. You can see you got a round hole and then a little notch right at the bottom. So I don't know if they're going to reuse this for something else, but I do really wish that this was a little bit longer. But again, that's something that they could probably fix, or hell, somebody with a 3D printer could probably fix it. I also don't like that little knob right there. That's a little bit annoying. But the overall look of the car is really very nice. You saw how he looked with the previous Wheeljack. Here he is with Sideswipe. Car-wise, they are roughly about the same size. They kind of blend in together. Wheeljack is a little bit longer, but it's not that bad. In general, a really terrific representation of Wheeljack. Just the color is something that puts me off. Now, transformation is pretty simple on him. First, we're going to come around here to the side. We're going to pull this part away and extend that out and away from the rest of the body. Come around here, you kind of take this, just lift this and pull this away, and then you can extend that out. Kind of lift that, extend that, just like so. Now, I like doing this because it's a little bit easier so that this whole panel doesn't pop off. So I'm going to rotate this around now, and then come down here. You can take this, rotate his head out. You kind of have to pull it forward to get the little tab to have enough clearance to go down there. I mean, it loosens up over time, but just kind of fit it right there. And then this piece here, kind of wiggle all this and kind of pull this away from the lower section. One part that also has a little bit of a hiccup most times is this piece detaches. That's why I like rotating it now, just so you kind of get enough clearance for that. Bring that all the way up and then lock that in just like so. Take these legs, split these out, and then before you get it all the way extended down, take this piece and then rotate that down. And then bring this around, and you got this little black section right there that's going to lock in to a tab on the side of the leg. Do that on this side as well. Rotate that down and then line that up. Take the feet, kind of fold these forward just like so. Straighten everything out. Bring the arms down, rotate them, and then rotate the hands. Do that on this side. Bring them down the shoulder, rotate them at the elbow, rotate them at the wrist. And then finally, take this, rotate this around, rotate, what is that? I don't know, that's a little mark in there. Rotate that around like that. That completes the look for Jackie. And then when you're done, there you have him in his, again, absolutely amazing looking robot mode. And to complete the look, you can bring in his handgun. Like I said, you can have him hold it if you really wanted to. There, that looks a little bit tiny, in my opinion. But then you can also come up here. You got two little slots right here. You can put it on this side or that side. This is the side that he classically had his shoulder cannon. But this is where I was talking. Like that, I feel like that's too short. It's at least half the size that it should be, and I'm not super excited about the color of it. I kind of wish it was done in a silver color. Overall, though, I mean, it completes the look. I just don't think it's all that great. But the figure himself is fantastic. Like I said, this is basically much like that Optimus figure, almost like a mini masterpiece. There are elements of it that in a larger model like that masterpiece could be better. Like, for example, these tires here. I mean, because it's a smaller deluxe figure, they can't really do too much with those. So I'm a little bit more lenient with those. Now, the third thing that I mentioned that I don't really like would probably be his little wings. I wish, number one, they were a little bit more centered, just being off on the side like this. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I wish there was a way that you could have slid that in. I don't know why they couldn't have put like a little sliding mechanism there, but I also feel they should be a hair longer. Now, that's probably more of a nitpick than anything. I mean, at least we got those shoulder pieces. Let's bring in the previous Combiner Wars one. This one is definitely going away in my collection. As much as I love Wheeljack, I don't hoard Wheeljack figures. But this one was good for what it was, but the new one just blows it away. This one is probably going to get sold. I have literally no point to keep this, but you can see he is a little bit taller than the new one, but the sizing, I think, again, works pretty good. A lot of times I don't like comparing figures to ones from other waves and other lines because a lot of times the sizing is different. But you can see that with the new Siege and Earthrise stuff, they scale very nicely. Here we have obviously Sideswipe, who was also smaller than the Combiner Wars Wheeljack. But things always change, and sizing doesn't always stay consistent. At least in this sort of wave, they're staying consistent. And because I have the other one now in the shelf, here is the Siege Optimus Prime, which is a Voyager figure. And you can see, again, sizing-wise, it works wonderfully. First articulation, the head is on a bit of a ball joint. You get a nice range of motion going left and right, and then you do get a little bit of up and down wiggle. I don't know how well that's going to come across, but you can kind of see that he has blue paint for his eyes, which is nice. Really dig that. The shoulders do swivel. They have hinges. You have rotation. At the elbow, one thing that I have kind of had problems with, sometimes it pops out. It's on a little mushroom peg on the inside there, and when you rotate it, sometimes it likes sliding out. So just be careful. You do have a hinge here at the elbow as well. You can rotate at the wrist, come down here to the waist. You have a waist rotation, hips moving forward and back, in and out, rotation at the upper part of the thigh, bend at the knee, and then of course, the very iconic wide leg pose. And just for the hell of it, here's roller, just to kind of show how that fits. But a great, great figure. I do wish that they would do this with the cartoon color scheme. Like I said, maybe they could do it with like an exclusive figure or something. Here, I'll show you. He can hold other guns too. Pew pew. So there's that. That's really a personal preference kind of thing, but for me, it is something that I want to mention to you guys. I also, like I said, don't like the shoulder cannon. Wish that was a little bit longer. I don't know if you could really, I guess you could put this like that and maybe, that's backwards now at this point in time. I don't know why they have that there. I would imagine it works with some of the other like Battle Masters and stuff to do something with that, but I wish that was a little bit better. Now, transformation back, come around here to the little spoilers, rotate that around. I also kind of wish that these, when you look at it, it's all like gappy. It doesn't really line up proper. That's a little bit nitpicky, I guess, but I don't like how that is. Take these arms, we're going to rotate them up and then spin here. You line all this stuff up just like that. So then get in there. Rotate that around, rotate that around. Come down here to the feet, bring those down, and they slide back and in. Oh, well, there we go. Get that fully collapsed and locked into place. Then take these legs, bring those out, and then fold that piece up just like that. And then you can bring this all the way up and in. Do that on this side. Bring that out. Very Combiner Wars-ish right there. Bring that up. I do like that little piece. Bring that, and then bring the two halves together. Squeeze them just like so. Then take this piece here, bring this up, and this is going to come down and will peg down into place. You rotate this. So you got two different rotation pieces. I like rotating that down because then it locks the other waist piece into place so it doesn't spin around. Oh, then put the head, kind of pull forward. It kind of shifts. So pull it forward and then rotate the head down and then rotate this whole piece around like that. It makes it a little bit easier, like I said, doing it that way. You can do it however you want, but it's a little bit easier for me. Then take this, bring this up. Oh, well, this is a little bit easier. If you want to see this, you got the little section right here that this little tab piece is going to go into. So you bring this up and push that down. Do that on this side as well. And push that in. Then this, you collapse down and fit this piece in there. Lining that up. You got a little slot section with a little tab that lines up. That you just have to kind of move it around a little bit. No, I popped that out. Let's get that little slot piece to shift in. Come on. No, I didn't have that all the way here. Push that in. There we go. And then bring that down. There we are, like that. Give that a nice little squeeze. Rotate that around. If you wanted to, you can put this, well, like that. Put that right there. If you want, personal preference, your toy, do what you want. But when you're done, there you have Wheeljack back in his vehicle mode. Overall, though, the look of this guy is fantastic. Vehicle mode wise, the way he looks nails Wheeljack. The only bits that I'm not a big fan of would be the color. The white, well, not bad. I wish was a brighter white color. And then of course the green and red and then like the racing stripes and stuff like that, I wish was a little bit more cartoon accurate. For his accessory, while I like this, I really do wish that this could extend out. Like, honestly, like if that could just like slide out, that would make it a lot better. But I'm not a big fan of the short stubbiness of that. Transformation on him is really cool. It's very simple, but it works beautifully. And we get a robot mode that looks absolutely outstanding. With a lot of these figures, like I keep saying, they kind of are like little miniature masterpiece figures. And that's absolutely impressive engineering, in my opinion. This was definitely a figure that when I first saw the evolution of Siege into Earthrise, I was super excited to get. And he absolutely did not let me down. Despite those little bits that I wish were done differently, I'm still very, very happy to have him. And he is a absolute huge improvement over that Combiner one that we got a few years back. I absolutely recommend picking this guy up. So, all that being said, if this version of Wheeljack is a figure that you would like to add to your collection, he is hitting various retail locations right now. So if you're looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can go online at places such as Big Bad Toy Store and Amazon. For those, I'll put links right down in the video description where you can go to those places and check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would do one very small thing for me. And that's simply just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also want to send a huge shout out to all of my patrons, who through their direct support continue to help make reviews like this possible. And if you'd like to help out and get information on how you can become a patron, please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/optibotimus. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.